Hey, it's Camo with another Nashville Access Pie Wagon Sessions. We're here at the Pie Wagon. That's kind of where we got the name from. And it's a rainy day in Nashville, so it's a perfect day to be inside. Come on down. We're here with Corey Cox. Great to meet you.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me today.
You've got a single out at radio now, Mistakes You Don't Make.
Yeah.
And that's a killer song.
Thanks, man. That's out of every song I've ever written, it is definitely the most personal. I mean, everything in that song is a personal story. And, you know, obviously, you've talked to several songwriters over the years, and it's not always a specific story to one individual's life, but that one is. Everything about that song happened to me. It wasn't a friend. It was very, very accurate. So, and I like, you know, that's kind of why we chose to put it out. Obviously, it had tempo, but we felt like it was a really relatable song to a lot of people.
I love the intro on it because it's almost got a Springsteen.
That's exactly what we're going for. Heck yeah.
That keyboard was almost like right off of the Born in the USA.
Absolutely, man. I'm so glad you said that. That's exactly what we were going for.
That was really cool. It almost really even sounds like he had his guitar or his keyboard player.
Well, it's like, you know, I grew up listening to, I grew up listening to everything, to be honest, but I grew up in Indiana and, you know, Mellencamp. I mean, I actually cut my first album when I was 19 with a lot of the guys from the Mellencamp band.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, I mean,
that's a great band.
You know, they're awesome. And that sound was definitely ingrained in me pretty early. And always loved Bruce and Petty and Bob Seger and all those guys. And then obviously I was in country music my whole life. Definitely, when I started playing, when I was in high school, it was a lot of the 90s country. And then obviously as time progressed, my dad listened to a lot of rock and roll, so he listened to a little bit of country, older country, but it was a lot of 90s, you know, a lot of the Alan Jackson era and the Garth. And so when I first started playing, that's a lot of what it was, mixed with a lot of old rock and roll. Yeah. And so I tried to kind of find a sound within that, you know, try to find something a little bit unique. And obviously, as any songwriter, I'll tell you, just progress over the years, and obviously your sound changes and you grow. And so I feel like I'm happy with where we have been at with this last record. It's been a year and a half since we put it out. So, yeah, definitely no regrets with it.
It's neat that you mentioned those influences, Seger and Tom Petty and Mellencamp and Springsteen. They're all very much storytellers and really true American music, right from the heartland.
Absolutely.
And with you coming from there, it's just natural to bring those influences all together.
I've always said, I mean, you know, if Mellencamp came out today as a new artist, it would be very good as country music. It really is, and that's why, you know, songwriting-wise, that was just a big part of when I started writing is what I listened to, you know, and there were stories like that, and so, I mean, I don't think that I'll ever not be present in my music. I mean, I think it is who you are, and it's a very unique thing, I think, to a certain extent for country music. You know, obviously, you hear a lot about the South and the Southeast, you know, but there's some great music being made everywhere, and there's great artists everywhere, and all over the country, all over the world. And
we were talking about that, you know, talking about places like South America and Australia, and how great they are for country music because people are still kind of tied to the land, and
absolutely
that real influence in the music.
And I think that's, you know, thankfully something for country music, regardless of how it changes. I don't think that's anything that'll ever go away. I mean, that's what makes it what it is. And obviously, I've been doing this for, I mean, I've been listening to music my entire life, obviously. I've been playing music for about 10, 12 years now. And obviously, as the progression of sounds change, one thing that's still remained in country music is a story. And like exactly like what you just said.
How has radio been accepting your music?
You know, over the years, we've pushed a couple singles, and I mean, I've been really happy with everything. You know, it's when you're an independent artist putting out music.
It's hard for you guys.
It's hard, and, you know, so you just knock on doors, and you are gracious for any of them that open up. And so the radio thing has been a cool experience because obviously listening to country radio my entire life, when you get to be on the other side of it, and regardless if it's a large market or a small market, you know, I've done a couple of radio tours, and it's just a whole different experience that, you know, as you get into singing and writing and playing music that you hope you get to do. And so it was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. I love doing radio stuff. I love doing things like this. I mean, I've always loved talking to people, and that's what you get to do.
Yeah, you said you actually did radio in college.
Yeah, I did. I was one of the lucky few that actually had a station in high school. That
it's high school, yeah.
It was high school, yeah. I mean, and then it was funny because the station was not a country station that I was on in my high school, but they knew. I mean, I was starting to play guitar at the time, and they knew I liked country music, so they let me do a Sunday morning country show.
Nice.
And I remember back looking through the CDs and picking songs out. And it's just funny to think back that to me then, and think about the people now who get the CDs with my name on them. Like, I remember doing that.
But I remember seeing we got it digitally because that's how it was done now. So it came through playing PE. That's a cool song because that keyboard hook at the beginning just grabbed me. It's really neat.
And like I said, with that song specifically, the idea hit me one night. And I played college baseball. And I always, as a songwriter, I always like to say I feel like I'm a pretty good starter. I was a pitcher, I'm a pretty good starter. And I'll have ideas all the time, and I'll sit down and I'll just hash them out. And if I get stuck, I put it away and I call a buddy and I'm like, hey, I got this idea, and then I bring it in for a co-write. Well, that was one of those songs that I just felt like I didn't get stuck, and I wrote it all the way through, and so that's kind of my method. And when it comes to writing, is just sit down, put something down, and if it feels right, then it's great. And then if you get stuck, I put it away, and then when I go to my writing sessions and bring one out.
What do you love about writing?
I think the process of it is awesome to me. I mean, obviously seeing an idea you have come to life in a cool way. Obviously, it's one of the oldest forms of therapy. I mean, but we tour. We're on the road almost every weekend and playing up close to 100 dates a year right now. And
if it's any consolation, Charlie Daniels is 80 and he's doing 100 dates.
It's impressive. I hope I'm alive at 80. But I think one of the coolest things is obviously when you see people react to it. I mean, you write for you, and you write for obviously because it's therapy and it's an art. But when you see people react in a positive way, it's just really cool, and especially when you get the opportunity, as an independent artist to play in front of a great crowd that's really receptive. That's when early on I really caught the bug then. When I had my first big show, played original music, people seemed to like it, and I was like, oh, okay. Cool. I'm going to quit college. I'm going to do this for a living.
Which made your parents happy.
It's funny because that decision, they took it a lot better than I thought.
Really?
I was terrified. But they raised me to work hard, and I think that they knew if I was going to do it, I was going to do it 100%. And thankfully I have not looked back. And it's been.
Have audiences started singing your music back to you?
Yeah, and it kind of depends on the market. Obviously, be it from Indiana, a lot of the Indiana shows we play. Definitely, there are people that know my music more. But that's another feeling in itself. That's awesome. There's so many little things like that happen along the way that you don't really think about until it happens. And like hearing your song on the radio randomly for the first time, without knowing it was going to be played. Just driving through and that was all those little things like that are what make this all really cool.
I remember when Justin Moore first started, and he would be on Twitter and he'd be tweeting out, I just got a record deal, and watching the progression. And then the big thing for him was because he named in Small Town USA, he name-checked David Allan Coe and a bunch of other guys. But when he dropped David Allan Coe's name, and then he was so excited because he finally met David Allan Coe, and so the name check almost becomes legitimate.
Absolutely. And that's obviously the world we live in now. It's amazing the advantages that we have as artists when it comes to social media. And now, obviously, the challenging thing about that is every other artist has those same advantages, but it's definitely, I've been doing it long enough now where I'm 28 and I know, right? I definitely have a harder time keeping up with social media than I did when I was 23. But also there was Facebook and Twitter then.
Yeah.
Now there's 15 different social media platforms that you have to try to keep up with.
And then you have to decide which one is the best one. And shoot it out to all of them.
Exactly. And then when you're on the road, you always photos, capture cool moments and stuff. But when you're, a four-piece band, no tour manager, nothing, it's like I'll be driving and realize, oh crap, I didn't make a post about tonight's show, and I'm driving and I'll say, well, I'll have to wait till we stop at the gas station. It's like
it's not getting into the back of the bus and settling down.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a dream that you're chasing?
Yeah, I love the live performance side of it. Like I said, I love. I've always loved it. I love going to concerts when I was a kid, and so I definitely touring is. I love writing, and I want to continue to do both as long as I can, But yeah, that's what. If you're an artist and you get into this, that's always, I feel like the common dream is just to be able to be out. And for me, I don't necessarily have a specific ceiling to how high I want to go. I just want to be able to do this for a living for the rest of my life. And whether that be, doing what I'm doing now, which obviously I hope to continue to progress and grow, but, whether that be that or, you just even playing small theaters or just being able to play music and make music for a living and not have to do anything else, that's it for me. Like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, that's a big dream because, what Nashville's like. It's people making music and doing a bunch of other stuff.
Exactly. You have to make ends meet, and I've just been fortunate enough to. And obviously, me being from Indiana and being close by, we did things a little bit differently. I've never really, I've been able to go back and forth in and out. We kind of started growing our fan base in Indiana because obviously it's easy to play your hometown, so you start there. And then you just branch out, and we just have gradually done that. And then now, I've got a great management team and a great booking team, and we've just been on the road like crazy, and we're playing all over, and you get to the point to where, and obviously you have to work, but you get to that point to where you're just playing music for a living and you don't have to do anything else. And it's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, it's not necessarily overly glorious to a certain extent. We're not on a tour bus every weekend, and we're pulling a trailer with a Tahoe, and we're getting back to the hotel at 2 or 3 in the morning and having to leave at 5 or 6 in the morning to make it to wherever, so.
Be at a radio station at 7.
Exactly. Yeah. No, thankfully today was 10 o'clock. It was good. It was great. 10 o'clock Nashville.
There's still people struggle with that.
No, yeah, it's, but yeah, and thankfully, I've been very lucky to have a band that is just, over the years, it's had so many great players come in and out, and so many guys have progressed and gotten great gigs, and this group I have, especially now, we're all like really good friends, and obviously any musician will tell you that it takes a while to get a group of guys that you can gel with and be friends with and live in a vehicle with for an extended period of time, who are also great musicians. It's a very hard thing to find, and I feel like I'm pretty lucky with this group of guys, especially right now, and even the group of guys I've had over the last few years. I've just been very lucky from that side of it.
Cool. Let's hear a song.
You can do that.
Maybe they'll chop in rhythm for you.
Yeah, there you go. I know, right?
Yeah, we have a built-in class.
I need that at 110 BPMs. I'll do a single we were talking about, Mistakes You Don't Make. I had 16 summers tucked under my belt and a brand new fake ID. Dr. Pepper and a bottle of whiskey hidden underneath my seat. 2 best friends and an old S10, bending every rule we could break. But it didn't take long for the sheriff caught on and stole that freedom away. Man, I guess that's just one of those things. You want to get a few trips around the sun, why spend a walking when you can run? You'll miss every chance you don't take. You can't learn from mistakes you don't make. My 18th fall, I was off to play ball. I had a girl 2 years behind, so I stayed close to home, offered her to go and leave me for another guy. Man, I guess that's just one of those things. You around the sun. What's been walking when you can run? You'll miss every chance you don't take. You can't learn from mistakes you don't make. Sometimes all the time can make it alright when life don't go your way. Looking back with a laugh at the bumps in the path that made you who you are today. You want to get a few trips around the sun. What's been walking when you can run? You'll miss every chance you don't take. You can't learn from mistakes you don't make. Yeah, you can't learn from mistakes you don't make. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Corey Cox. It's funny when listening to that acoustic version without the keys, it's like that could be a Mellencamp.
Exactly, right?
It had that real heartland
Yeah.
feel to it. Yeah, that's cool.
And I feel like, obviously I mentioned to you earlier, we're getting ready to start recording some new stuff here sometime soon, and that's always the fun part of the recording process is like starting a song exactly where it was born and watching it grow and trying different things and really experimenting, and that's what's fun about, the whole process is just trying things and it's seeing a song come to life is one of the coolest things, whether it be from the writing aspect or the studio, or because obviously there are many songs out there where the production just makes it, and so it's a very cool process.
That song it seems like a fun song. It just seems like it's something that you have a blast performing.
It is.
And it sounds like you had a lot of fun in the studio doing it.
We did, and we did a music video for it. We played a couple really cool shows back in Indiana, two kind of bucket list venues for me last year.
Yeah.
We played the Indy 500 with Blake Shelton last year, which is, I remember obviously growing up in Indiana, the race was never live on TV.
Yeah.
So I remember having those memories of me being a kid and having a party. My parents would have parties and we'd have the race on. And I remember listening to it and all those memories. And then, obviously as I grew up and got involved in music, having the opportunity to do events at the track, but then playing that, it was the 100th running of the Indy 500. So we got some footage that day, and then another one later in the year of last year. Another venue that I saw, it was actually where I saw my first concert when I was about 9 years old, and it's a big amphitheater up in Noblesville, Indiana. And we opened for Toby Keith up there. And that one was a very surreal moment because I'd gone to several concerts as a kid, growing up into adulthood. And I just remember, and it's obviously a large amphitheater, and I remember being on stage and looking out the lawn and thinking, I remember seeing this concert sitting right there. It was just all this, I had 6 songs, and that was all that was going through my mind the whole time. It was just how many cool memories I made out there, and now I'm on this side of it. It looked a lot different from over there.
And in the back of your head, are you singing, "Don't choke, don't"?
Exactly. Don't forget. You sing these songs a million times. Don't
Especially
forget.
at home. I can't
Exactly.
choke. I can't. These people know me.
I know, and it's funny because you played a million shows, and for some reason I still wasn't. I get almost more nervous with less people. You know what I mean? It's like obviously the adrenaline takes over and you just do your thing, But no, those are two really, really special concerts. So we took footage from both of those and then made a video for it, and it's on my Facebook, and we put it on YouTube and all that stuff too. So yeah, it was a fun video, and the guys did a great job with it, and just to see it come together was really cool.
How about another song?
We can do that. I'll do a new one.
All right.
So obviously my writing process isn't necessarily anything that's planned or scheduled when we're talking about writing for a single. I'll just write songs when I have, when I am in the mood and feel like it, and then as we start to go, prepare for another recording session, we start hashing through some stuff. So this song's called "Someone Sunny Day." Spilt a cup of coffee trying to turn the wheel. Red and blue flashing in the rearview mirror. 5 past on time by the time it gets to work. You pay one bill, then another one comes. Takes everything not to come undone. Both hands flipping the bird to your life. Head shake, shake, and singing, why God, why? Everybody wants the grass on the green other side. We all want the blue in someone else's eyes. We all got trouble, we all got pain. We're all just trying to win the same damn game. But what's old to you might be someone else's young. Everything don't mean the same to everyone. Yeah, your darkest shades of gray might be someone's sunny day. Your bad luck might be someone's best. Your worst day might be someone's blessed. Every reason ain't paired up with a rhyme. Life's gonna rough us all up sometimes. Everybody wants the grass on the green other side. We all want the blue in someone else's eyes. We all got trouble, we all got pain. We're all just trying to win the same damn game. But what's old to you might be someone else's young. Everything don't mean the same to everyone. Yeah, your darkest shades of gray might be someone's sunny day. Yeah, yeah. Everybody wants the grass on the green other side. We all want the blue in someone else's eyes. We all got trouble, we all got pain. We're all just trying to win the same damn game. But what's old to you might be someone else's young. Everything don't mean the same to everyone. Yeah, your darkest shades of gray might be someone's sunny day.
That's a cool song.
Very, like I said, same thing with Mistakes. I feel like it's just a relatable song. And it's actually a song I wish I could take my own advice in more often. Yeah. It's easy to sing about it, easy to say. It's like, whenever you're having a bad day, somebody else has got it worse, but I just wish I could take my own advice more often.
Yeah, probably we all could. Everybody's got plenty of advice for everyone.
Oh, exactly, right?
It almost sounds like one of those things from the Addams Family. What's normal for the spider is chaos for the fly.
Absolutely.
It's very cool.
Absolutely, and finally, really, just how that song came out was one of those days, and really nothing overly bad happened.
Yeah.
It was just like, running late, and then, when it rains, it pours sort of concept, and then finally I just said, and I was like, it's not that bad. Like, you're not having that bad of a day.
Yeah.
You just think about all the other people who are, would love to have the day you're having, So it's
this day doesn't suck after all.
exactly, right? So it's just kind of a perspective song,
Great song. I hope that does real well. It's got the AAs in it, so people will love
I know,
it.
right?
Yeah.
I had to throw them in there. That's why.
If you put those in, that goes to number 1.
All right.
Corey Cox, thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you so much for the support. Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Well, it's cool. We hope the best for your music and stuff. And
Absolutely.
come back again when you got
I
some new
will,
stuff out.
absolutely. We'll, especially after the next few months and make some new music, we'll circle back around for sure.
What's on the calendar as far as tours?
So this weekend we head to Nebraska, and then we're off for another weekend, and then when we get closer, late May, we're going up to Wisconsin, doing a show with 11th Theft and Jared Neiman.
Nice.
And then once June hits, it's wedding month for me.
Oh, is it?
June 17th, so I won't be doing much touring that month. We've got a few shows leading up to it.
You going to play your own wedding?
So here's the cool thing. It's a combination of all, like we were just talking about, a bunch of my musician friends that I play with. It's going to be pretty much an organized jam session.
Very cool.
And so people are going to be up and down, but I learned to not book too many shows a couple weeks before the wedding.
I got a feeling there's going to be some video that's going to end up in a song and a video.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm sure.
Cool. Well, good luck with the wedding.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And we'll have you back again.
Awesome. Thanks.
Excellent.
Appreciate it.
Corey Cox, check him out. Mistakes You Don't Make. Call your local radio station and tell them to play it like crazy. We'll see you again.